But we begin our newscast with news from our state capital. It has been a half year now since Governor Gavin Newsom's law officially took effect to go after oil companies he claims are taking part in price gouging. That plan called on the state to look into the possibility of imposing a price gouging penalty on those companies. But today, we learned it could take some time until we know just how that penalty will work and if it will even be imposed at all. 17's Capital correspondent Eitan Wallace explains.
You're looking at the moment Governor Gavin Newsom last year signed Senate Bill X1-2 into law. It called on the California Energy Commission to look closely into oil industry finances and investigate alleged price gouging. The legislation also created the state's brand new oil watchdog known as the Division of Petroleum Market Oversight. Since its creation last summer, the Oil Watchdog Division has been collecting data from the oil industry and working with the California Energy Commission to determine whether or not to enact some sort of financial penalty on oil companies if they are found to be making record windfall profits or taking part in price gouging.
We're watching out for potential market manipulation and other forms of misconduct.
Ty Milder is the director of the newly created Watchdog Division. He's calling for immediate action he believes will lead to more transparency about how oil prices are set. This week, Milder sent Governor Gavin Newsom this letter urging support for two policy proposals. The first calls for the state to publish a public California spot market price report every day. Simply put, the spot market is where contracts for large quantities of gasoline are bought and sold.
That market has not been visible to the public. Up until now, spot market prices have been published by a private, for-profit company that charges a hefty fee for a subscription. It's time to democratize the data.
The second action item calls on refiners to always meet a minimum inventory of backup storage should refineries go down for planned or unplanned maintenance. He also wants them to come up with a plan to order extra supplies from cargo ships should refinery supplies run low. While he's calling for those two action items right away, the California Energy Commission says it needs more time to sift through data before determining whether or not to impose a price gouging penalty on companies at all.
The recommendation on whether or not to impose a penalty is expected later this year.
There's been no evidence of any sort of market manipulation whatsoever.
Kevin Slagle is with the Western States Petroleum Association representing oil industry stakeholders. His position is that the state should invest in more oil production to drive down costs. As for alleged potential price gouging taking place, he says it's not.
If they look at their own numbers, they will see that over the 6 months they've reported, refineries have made about 11-cent profit per gallon. And in fact, 2 of those months, they lost cents per gallon. So we should not be in a rush to add even more policies that will likely increase costs and hurt consumers. And that's exactly what we've seen.
And the California Energy Commission is expected to provide another update on where we stand with all this next month. Reporting at the state capitol, Eitan Wallace, 17 News.